Holy crap! My coach wants me to play off man and won't let me press the receiver. We're going to talk about why off man is more difficult than press today on DB Tip Clips. Press, 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 press. Everybody wants to play press man when they're playing cornerback, and I get it. Listen, press man corners get a lot of love at the next level. Everyone wants to talk about Darrelle Revis and what he did and how he was a great press man corner. And you watch the games on Saturday and Sunday and they talk about the press, press, press. We need a long press man corner. We need a strong press man corner. I get all that. Yes, press is definitely important. You want to be good at it, but you want to be a complete cornerback, a complete defensive back. You got to be able to play off man coverage. You got to be able to back up off that receiver every now and then and play off man coverage. But why is that so difficult? That's what we're going to talk about in this video today. But before we do that, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified the next time I put out a defensive back video that you love, just like this one. Also, follow me on Instagram at AllEyesDBCamp. Tons of great stuff there for you as well. All right. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about the 4 reasons why off-man coverage is a little more difficult than press-man coverage for cornerbacks out there. And the number 1 reason is it's just not taught. A lot of defensive back coaches out there just find it a whole lot easier to teach press-man coverage. Teach a guy how to get up there on the line of scrimmage and basically tell him just get your hands on the guy, on the wide receiver, try to reroute him and then run down the field with him. Easy thing for them to teach. Another thing is a lot of defensive back coaches don't really know how to teach off man. There are a little more intricate things that are involved in teaching it. But if you want to be a complete and total, like I said, defensive back, cornerback, you got to be able to play a little bit of off man and mix that in with your press man too. You don't always want to let the defense, the offense know what you're in. And if you're able to play off man, sometimes you could fool them into thinking you're in a zone when you are indeed in an actual man-to-man coverage. Okay, so one of the biggest reasons why it's more difficult is just coaches just aren't, they either don't want to or they aren't really able to teach off-man coverage. And that's a shame because there are tremendous advantages to it. The second reason why off-man coverage is more difficult than press-man coverage is because guys are just not comfortable with space. The space between the wide receiver and the defensive back makes guys nervous. Even when I find myself teaching press-man coverage to new guys that come out to my training sessions, when they get in press man, they want to get their face all the way up into the wide receiver's chest, and that's just not realistic because when you get into the game, there is a neutral zone between the defensive back and the wide receiver, and on top of that, really good wide receivers will find a way to have enough space between you and them so that you can't grab them right when the ball is snapped. So imagine that. Now you've got to move yourself back to 6 or 7 yards, maybe even 8 yards and play off of a wide receiver. And guys just aren't comfortable with that amount of space. They want to be able to touch the wide receiver. They want to be able to reroute them. And from that standpoint, go and run with them after that. So that amount of space when you're playing off man makes guys nervous. And I'm here to tell you, once you learn the skills that are necessary to play off man, you're not going to be intimidated by that amount of space. Sometimes you may even opt more to play that off-man coverage because that space allows you to keep a certain amount of a cushion, come out of your breaks, break downhill, eliminate certain routes on the route tree just by the way that you're lined up being off. So I'm here to tell you, you should not be afraid of that space, but it is one of the reasons why guys might find off-man a little more difficult than press-man coverage. And now number 3. Number 3 relates to number 2. Guys just don't have the proper amount of the proper footwork to be able to handle having that space off from the wide receiver. All right, and that is a big function of you were never really taught how to play off man. So your off man has led to you, the ability to play off man has been stunted by the fact that you were never really taught that. And everything you do now when you go and play defensive back is up in the wide receiver's face trying to press him. So you don't have that footwork. You know what that leads to? That leads to you not being very good in a zone defense either. So in the majority of the zone defenses, you need to play off of the wide receiver, and that's going to require you to have some footwork. Now, if you have not been taught that footwork or taught off-man coverage or taught those skills that are needed to play off-man coverage, chances are you really aren't very good in zone as well because everything for you is press, press, press. You're a press man corner, and when you're asked to do anything else, you just can't get the job done. And now that pigeonholes you into a small amount of defenses that you can actually play for. And that limits your options for places you can go to college, teams that you can play on, or the things that you could do on the field. And now a more versatile player is going to be able to play over you because he can do both press and off-man coverage. So it is in your best interest to learn how to backpedal efficiently, learn how to weave, and learn how to come out of your breaks with efficiency. So that's 2 steps out of the break, make sharp breaks, come out of your breaks downhill. You've got to learn the essential footwork to being able to play zone and off man. And if you need some help with that, on my YouTube channel, I have the Masters of the Basics Part 1 that's free for you guys to see right here on this channel. If you're here, go find that. It's going to show you the basic footwork that you need as a defensive back. Every defensive back needs this. So whether you're in youth football, high school football, college football, and even the pros, you need this basic footwork. Once you've learned and mastered that footwork, it's going to be very, very easy for you to play off-man coverage. And that's going to give you an advantage over the next guy that can only play press when it comes time to play man-to-man. And a final reason why off-man coverage is more difficult than press-man coverage for a lot of the DBs that are out there is you can't use your hands as much. All right, now in high school and the college football level, you can make contact with a wide receiver down the field if the ball has not been released. Obviously, we know in the pros that's a no-no after 5 yards, but guys really want to make their hands do all the work when they're playing man-to-man coverage. And that's the same even in press. And that's not good news in press. Your hands are the icing. It's the last thing that you need to get involved in your man-to-man coverage, even when you're playing press. But now when you're asked to play off, you cannot grab that receiver right away. You're hesitant to touch him when he's moving down the field because he's moving at full speed, and guys aren't able to use their hands as much. A lot of defensive backs out there are grabby. They're grabby, grabby, grabby. They can't reach out and they can't use their footwork as much. They're not very good with that stuff, so they make their hands do all the work. They run around grabbing guys, and that's not the way to play defensive back. So if you learn the footwork, you learn how to maneuver yourself, you know how to position yourself on the field, you know how to be smooth in your back pedal, you know how to come out of your breaks, you will not have as much fear of not being able to use your hands in press man or in man coverage anymore. You will have that ability to get yourself in a really, really good position, and maybe by your positioning, you're cutting off more of those deep routes. And if you're really, really good at coming out of your break, your alignment keeps the deep routes from being a part of the equation, and now you can break hard on those intermediate routes and shorter routes, and now that makes you a guy who can defeat almost every route in the route tree when a wide receiver is coming off on you. And that's it. Those are the 4 top reasons why for most DBs, playing off man coverage is more difficult than press man coverage. If any of those 4 things, or all of them, or a majority of them, or some of them are part of the reasons why you find off man coverage to be more difficult, go ahead and attack each one of those areas. And again, I have videos on this channel that you can use to improve your footwork, improve your positioning. I have videos on here that show you how to weave, how to pedal, how to turn out of your back pedal. All of those good things are the basic things that you're going to need to be able to play off-man coverage. And trust me when I tell you, when you have it in your tool belt to be able to play off-man coverage as well as press-man coverage, you are a more valuable cornerback, defensive back to a football coach that's out there looking, trying to win games and play really, really good on defense. So it's in your best interest to learn that footwork. Again, you can use my channel, and I definitely have a bunch of advanced topics on footwork and ways for you to come out of your breaks and stay in a good position on wide receivers down the field in my All Eyes DB Camp members area. Go ahead and check that out right now. It's a great place for you to go. It's a great resource for you to get information on playing defensive back to take your game to the next level. I'm gonna have a link for you down in the description of this video. Go ahead and use it, click on it, and I strongly think you should consider joining the All Eyes DB Camp members area so that you can find yourself with the technique and the tools that you need to become the best that you can be. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you enjoyed the video and you found it helpful, go ahead and share the video, like the video, and as well, once again, subscribe to my channel. I put out great videos like this on playing defensive back each and every week and month. So go ahead and subscribe and make sure that you are notified the next time I put out a DB video like this one. All right, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, All Eyes DB Camp, consistency breeds results.